go.
Episode 19, part 4, and we're talking about the kids of the Young Republicans organization. I say kids because, okay, let me just go ahead and read the names so you get...
Okay, let's just say what we're talking about.
Okay, right.
So what we're talking about is they had this message board, and I'm not sure if it was like one of these applications or if it was a private message board or how they were doing this.
Apparently it wasn't that private, but...
Right, whatever it was.
Yeah.
It got leaked to, what was the publication?
I
forget.
don't recall.
Was it public? Whatever it was. They, right? No, it
No.
was... okay, shoot. Maybe you can look that up. But, oops.
That's okay.
But, so it got leaked out, right, to a major news source. And they, and it was these Young Republicans, part of the Young Republican, whatever this group is. It's been around forever. Go ahead and name these people off.
Okay, so, yeah, they're about...
and within this group chat, let me just say this. In the group chat, they were discussing, different topics, and they were talking about how they idolized the mustache man. I know I'm not supposed to say that on here. I always say it, and I don't know if it makes any difference. They were using the N-word, other racial epithets.
They were talking about
raping women.
Yeah.
What else? All kinds of horrible things.
Right, but they were being...
misogynistic, racist, bigoted,
Yeah.
hateful. They talked about gas chambers. They talked about Jewish people being dishonest. Every racial trope every racist and misogynistic trope that you could imagine, to the worst degree in the worst language, they engaged in these individuals. So,
right, and one of the claims is that they were just kids. So these are the real ages. Peter Quinta, screwed up that last name probably, but anyways, 31 years old. Joe Maligno, 35. Annie Katie, 28. Alex Dwiner, 29. William Hendricks, 24. Luke Mosiman, 24. Samuel Douglas, 27. Rachel Hope, 27. So yes, they were young Republicans, but not. I mean, all of these guys were, a couple of years outside of college at the very youngest, and up into 35 at the oldest. These are not kids anymore, okay? That was one of the arguments that the Republicans were trying to use to defend, quote unquote, defend them, which is just goofy at best. The other thing is they would say, why are you calling them X, Y, and Z? Well, when they literally are referencing the gas chambers as not a bad idea, then to call them Snazis is spot on, okay?
right.
Yeah.
So, go ahead.
Yeah, well, what I found very disturbing, and a number of other people as well, is that they not only tried to deny the content of what the emails were, but then to deny that there was anything really wrong with them. Like J.D. Vance's response was, it's so bad that they got caught, was basically the essence of what he said. Not that there was anything wrong with what they said, which clearly there was.
Right. Well, I don't know so much denying that it was... He tried to apologize for it in a couple different ways, but that's essentially what the bottom line is that he didn't say that, it's bad they got caught, but essentially that's what it comes out to be from what he said. But I want you to look up where that came from.
Okay.
And what I'm going to say about it is, let's look at this from a couple different ways. So first of all, Republicans wonder why we call them racist bigots and fascists and all these other things, right? Because they're like, why would you call us that? Why do you do that? We don't do these things. Look, your actions speak louder than words. Like, so the things that you're doing, when you get rid of DEI and then you say it's affirmative action, and even affirmative action being necessary, when you ban books, when you get rid of MLK Day, when you pass legislation that hurts minorities and other people, when you go after trans people through legislation and other ways, when you have religious morality imposed on the public, which doesn't break core values of a society, when you do all these things, you are being racist, bigoted, misogynistic, and fascist, right? So you don't even have to say these things to be called these things, right? But people know what you are. And if you don't think you are, it's because you lack the self-awareness to know you are, right? But everybody else can clock you. We've clocked you for a long time. You've been clocked forever, right? This is what this nation was built on. This nation was built on racism, slavery, genocide, right? Exploitation, misogyny. It was built on that, right? Conserving that is what conservatives do. And any progress that was made in the other direction is being dismantled. So that's why we call you racist, bigoted, misogynistic, political. That's what I thought.
Politico, yeah.
So this was released on Political, right?
And it was Telegram, not Signal. It was the chat.
Right. And
not that that's
when I
super
finish my
relevant.
little diatribe here, you can show them some of the stuff they said.
Sure.
So why do we call you that? And I don't know if you were listening to what I was saying, but
I caught some of it, yeah.
Yeah. So basically, I was just saying that like the reason we say this is because of the things they do and what they're trying to preserve, which is all those things. And they want to do it through fascist ways nowadays because that's the only way you can do it because you can't even, hide within the democratic processes that, because of the amendments and things. But you want to get rid of it. They want to get rid of those amendments. So, yes, that's why we call you racist, bigoted, fascist, misogynistic, bootlickers. If you're not actually in the party, if you're just voting for it. That is why, right? So we didn't even need these chat rooms to know that's what you are. But then this comes out, right? And just proves it once and for all, definitively, right? And your response even it makes it concrete because the response is these are boys being boys is what essentially what J.D. Vance said live on television, right? So he didn't say it was wrong. He didn't say that he denounces what they were saying or that doesn't apply to the party. He said that was boys being boys. So let's dissect that from two different angles. First of all, if they were boys, let's just say 12, 14, 15 boys, which they weren't, but let's just say they were boys. Where did they learn that? What political party are they in that they are young members of? And who are their parents? And what are their parents saying? And what is their party saying that would make them say these things, right? So where did it come from if you're not those things, right? First, you're not denying it. But if it did, and they're just boys being boys, they're boys being boys doing what they've been told to do. So that's what you are. Secondly, these are boys. These are young men and women. I think there's a woman in there.
Yeah,
too.
there were one or two
women involved. So these are not young.
Rachel, so that's at least one. Rachel and Annie. Two out of 7 or something, yeah.
Women, right?
Right.
So these are not boys or young lady or teenagers. These are adults. By all intents and purposes, these are adults, right? And a lot of these people are actually in positions in the Republican Party, as moving their way up the ranks in certain areas, So that it's not like they're just some yahoos that call themselves a Republican in a chat room somewhere. These are people who are involved members of the party getting their way into the party, right? So it's not boys, and if it was, where'd they get it from? It's not just some yahoos, extremists of the party. This is the core membership of the future of the party doing what their party does, which is be fascist, racist, misogynistic bigots. So go ahead and read off some of that stuff that they said.
Okay, well, let's see. This one here, it says, I'd go to the zoo if I wanted to watch monkeys play ball. You know what that's...
Right.
Anyways.
You don't have to go into that.
This one,
a few examples.
Well, it's like every single bigoted or racist trope that we've tried to get people to be aware of. They're saying it. Like this one down in the corner is talking about mentally disabled people and
this girl is
you're
fully,
not supposed to use
retarded.
The R word.
Stay in the closet.
You F.
Yeah. Everybody that votes no is going to the gas chambers. Great. I love Hitler. We are officially under consideration for Trump. Okay. Yeah, under Trump endorsement. Yeah, because of that.
Oh, the funniest one though was the one where he said, "Yeah, if this leaked, we'd be in trouble."
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm ready to watch people burn now. Just on and on and on and on. You get the point. I don't read
right.
But you see what they're saying. So this is not just harmless, just joking around. This is people being vicious and cruel.
And again, it would be one thing if this were, as Steve said, you know, a group of people who claim to be Republicans, but maybe they just get together in the coffee shop or whatever.
This ain't the KKK rally.
These are the people who are actually moving up in the party, actually representing constituents, actually doing.
Look,
yeah.
Every Republican may not consider themselves a racist or do overtly racist things, granted, or misogynistic or whatever, or bigoted. Not even consider themselves good people because they have friends, right? But they vote for this party, right? But every racist bigot, everybody in the KKK, everybody who's in the Proud Boys are Republicans. Why would you associate yourself with these people and call yourself a good person? You can't. You can't do it. So if you're part of the Republican Party today, and even some joke about conservatism being, well, you know, conservatives of the past just wanted to make progress slowly and think about it critically. Okay, use that excuse as why you wanted to maintain your hierarchy of white supremacy. Okay, those people could be dealt with, and progress was being made slowly with those people, but it was being made. Look what you are now. Look what you are. Like, you can't even pretend to be that anymore. So you lost that back in Eisenhower. Was the last time you could ever say something like that. So yeah, you're ass clowns. Go fuck yourselves if you're a Republican. I don't care. I mean, what else? I think we said it.
And not only did we say it, but the essence of what we're saying is stuff that we've been saying long enough that if we didn't say it in this video, we've said it before. So yeah,
right, look, the discussion's long over. You can't hide anymore. You can't pretend. You're a bunch of racist, fascist bigots, and that's the end of the story.